Hey guys, Zero here with another edition of Zero's Album Review, the show where I talk about music I've been listening to. This one's actually a request from my good friend Excaliburg. Today I'm going to be talking about Sky Eats Airplane's self-titled album, sorry. So what is Sky Eats Airplane? Well, they're a Texas-based metalcore and post-hardcore band. I'd never heard of them, but my buddy Jordan has never been wrong with music before that he's recommended me, so thought I'd take a listen. And this album is it's from 2008, and it definitely sounds like an old school metalcore album. First thing I want to say is that this album is all around solid. It gives me very much a similar vibe to. They kind of sound like Hail the Sun, a little bit of Misery Signals, and just like a dash of Between the Buried and Me. So they kind of have that like more melodramatic post-hardcore sound, not emo sounding or anything, but like it's got like definitely after I listened to this album, I wanted to listen to more Misery Signals, which is not a bad thing in my opinion. But yeah, this overall album is definitely the kind of sound that one of the sounds that I really enjoy. It's really hard to explain unless you know what I'm talking about, but it has that like artistically emotional melodic sound to it that a lot of hardcore bands and metalcore bands from that time period, from the early 2000s, had kind of nailed down. This album got released, I think, at the peak of the metalcore scene back in the early 2000s, because that was kind of the scene for metal back then. Like not all metal, but like the scene for this kind of metal. So, but anyways, the album itself is really good. Some of my favorite tracks include Long Walks on Short Bridges, Numbers, Worlds Between Us, Photographic Memory being my favorite on the album, and then songs like The Artificial, and Machines are really good as well. Start to finish, this album is really good. I initially thought the second half was stronger than the first half, but after continual listenings, the whole album is solid. So there's not much more I could say. If you were a fan of those bands that I just mentioned, Hail the Sun, Misery Signals, and Between the Buried and Me, you'll probably get something out of this album. Maybe less so if you're a big fan of Between the Buried and Me, because I say these guys are like a dash Between the Buried and Me because they don't have the same, they're not on the same technical level, and their songs aren't on, not all their songs are like technical guitar fest, like that, like that kind of stuff, but they have enough of that to add to the metalcore structure of the time. Getting back to the Hail the Sun and Misery Signals comparison, it's kind of a mix of both of them, because some of their songs are have a very emotional tone, similar to Hail the Sun. And if you don't know, Hail the Sun does like a more they do sort of like tracks that start off a little melodramatic, and then they have hard-hitting parts in them with technical guitar playing. And when it comes to Misery Signals, they're very much their mood very much goes, they go hard to soft to hard to soft. They kind of go like this, where a lot of Hail the Sun's tracks have slow, and then they have a hard-hitting part that goes for a bit, and then they have another slow part, another hard-hitting part. So it's more stretched out for Hail the Sun than Misery Signals, where Misery Signals kind of just like keeps all the hard-hitting and short parts short together to make a song. I'm probably not making any sense to anybody who doesn't know anything about metalcore or metal or anything, but this is the easiest way I can explain this. All in all, it's a solid album, and I would recommend it for anybody who's a fan of metalcore, especially metalcore in that early 2000s to mid 2000s era. Yeah, this was a fantastic album. I don't have much to say because I just think it's really good. If I had to put a score on it, I'd say a hard 7 to a light 8. I think that it's not perfect. There are definitely some drops on this some tracks that aren't all that great, but I think it's great for a road trip. It's great if you're going for a walk. It's great if you need some to mentally decompress. It's got all the things in it that I want in a metalcore album and a little bit more. But it's not. I'm not here to say that it's like it's not going to break new ground. It's definitely a metalcore album from the time, and it's not going to turn any heads, is basically what I'm going to say. But that's not always a bad thing. An album doesn't have to be something new and experimental to be good. It just needs to have something that you can resonate with, and I definitely resonated with this album. So thanks again to my pal Excalibur for suggesting this album. I'm going to leave links in the description to the podcast we do, the Very Noise podcast, and his channel down in the description below. Check out our podcast that we do together with also our friends Doom TV and Mr. Scoringo. If you like what you saw here, maybe give this video a like and share it around. I would really appreciate that. I hit that subscribe button for more content, and if you want to be notified, hit the notification bell. You can also follow me on Facebook at Zeromaster fan page. You can follow me on Twitter at Zeromaster. If you like what you saw and you want to support me, patreon.com/Zeromaster is a great place to do so, where for as low as $1 a month, you can get early access to videos, behind the scenes extras, and so much more. And if you like my gaming content, I stream on Twitch 3 times a week, Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Sundays at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time. As of recording this video, we are playing Custom Robo right now on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and I am playing Code Vein with my friend Hannah, aka Aoishi07, on Sundays, doing a co-op. So, anyways, guys, thanks for watching. I appreciate you, and I'll see you on the next Zero's album review. Take care.